Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. So today you're jumping for yet another Premier prediction. That is right, today we are predicting Premier League Game Week 22. That is right, we are 22 games into this season, halfway through now, and this league is spicing up, guys. So in this series I go through each side, give you some details about each side, give you my prediction at the end of that conversation. So like I said, David, hit that like button, subscribe if you're not ready. Without further ado, man, let's just begin with our Premier League Game Week 22 predictions. First up, we've got Man United versus Man City. This is the Manchester derby, the one we all love to watch every time it is on. Anyway, Man United, some massive things going on at United this past week. They've sacked Amorim because he's made a comment about, I'm not a coach, I'm a manager. They did not like what they heard, got rid of him and brought in Darren Fletcher for the two-man job thing, and then they signed MichaelCarrick on a deal to the end of the season with an option to extend it if they do well with him. Okay, so yeah, so massive change for United right there. They're sacking Amorim. They did not want to sack Amorim because they said, they wanted to build on that and just didn't want to change, but obviously the comments he made to the board, they had no choice but to get rid of him. MichaelCarrick, guys, very good player back in the day, but managing wise, obviously it was at Middlesbrough. Did okay for Middlesbrough. He got sacked by Middlesbrough, obviously, and I don't know. Carrick does know Man United in and out, so I do like Carrick, and I hope he does well for United because, he played for United for many years, and he knows what it is like in that Man United dressing room. So hopefully he can get the players back on board to be a successful team. They do sit in 7th place, so Amorim did not leave them in a bad position, but now they can hopefully now push on and get to know MichaelCarrick as a player and also a manager. But anyway, they're up against Man City, guys. Man City is 6 points behind leaders Arsenal. If they can just keep the pressure on Arsenal, then they can, give Arsenal a good race for the title by the end of the season. They have just signed Semenyo from Bournemouth. What a player. He's played 2 games, 2 goals, and goodbye so far. Very good player. I think Man City, though, I don't think he will thrive that much because obviously at Bournemouth he played everywhere on the pitch. But obviously Man City likes to play players in certain positions, so it might backfire a little bit, but so far so good. And also in talks to Mark Gay as a new centre-back from Crystal Palace as well. Man City are going ham again, going crazy again this season to buy new players. But anyway, I've got Man City to beat Man United 3-1. Next we've got Chelsea versus Brentford. Again, a London derby, but again, Chelsea have also had a massive turnaround this week in the league. Okay, so they have sacked Enzo Maresca. They have now brought in Liam Rosenar from their sister club Strasbourg. I've heard many good things about Liam Rosenar, but the experience that he has in the managing role, not much experience. Okay, and that could come back a little bit in the end, but the way he plays football, he likes attacking football, and obviously all this passy nonsense hopefully will be out the window because, Enzo Maresca's style of play was annoying, but it worked. It was annoying, but it worked. But Liam Rosenar prefers to attack and get the ball out to the wing as quick as possible. So you know what? Chelsea, this could bounce back to be a good move for Chelsea. We shall only find out soon, though. They're up against Brentford. Okay. They're unbeaten in their last 5 games. In their last 5 games, they have won 4 and drew 1. They sit a massive, by the way, 5th place in the table. Keith Andrews has done a fantastic job. Igor Thiago is bossing it again. And I've got to say, Brentford, man, are in for a massive Europa League spot this season. If they can just keep doing what they are doing, they are full of confidence right now. And just on that, Brentford to beat Chelsea 2-0. Leeds versus Fulham. So Leeds sit in 16th place in the table, a massive 8 points clear away from relegation. So yeah, so Leeds have a bit of breathing space, so they can just hopefully now just keep that distance away from the bottom 3, because as I say, they've done well this season, but Leeds, they've done really well this season, yeah, definitely a better look side than they have done in the Premier League in recent times. They look a bit more comfortable in the Premier League, so good. That's good for them. They're up against Fulham, who sit a massive 9th place in the table. That is right, they're sitting 9th in the table. Massive achievement considering in their 5 weeks ago they were near bottom. Now just move up to the top half of the table. In their last 5 games, again they're unbeaten. Played 5, won 3 and drew 2, so massive confidence boost right there. So just on that, I've got Fulham, guys, to beat Leeds only 1-0. Next up, guys, we've got Liverpool versus Burnley. So Liverpool sit a massive 4th place in the table. I don't think they'll sign anyone in this transfer window because they went crazy in the last transfer window. So I don't think they have any plans of getting a new player in. In my opinion, Liverpool do need a centre-back. They've only got 3 fit centre-backs. And I think they need to sort of invest in centre-back. But I don't think they can afford it because obviously they went crazy in the last window, okay? But anyway, 4th place, not bad considering how bad they were about 6-7 weeks ago, losing every single game. But they've come back top 4, so not too bad. Up against Burnley, who drew their last game 2-2 with Man United, okay? So good point for Burnley right there. You sit a massive 9 points from safety though, so they've got a massive work to do. But if they keep doing what they're doing, getting points like against Man United, battling hard, then it should be okay. But I do have Liverpool, guys, to beat Burnley 2-1. Next we've got Sunderland versus Crystal Palace, a mid-table clash. So Sunderland lost a massive 3-0 to Brentford. Honestly, guys, the way Sunderland have been this year, I did not expect them to lose 3-0 against Brentford. But like I said, Brentford guys are on fire, so you kind of see why. Sunderland do sit in 10th place, so overall, whatever happens, I don't think now they will. I don't think they'll get in the top 7 now for Europa League because obviously they were looking like that. But obviously in recent games, they drew 4 games on the bounce. So, you know, yeah, better than losing, but only 4 points in 4 games. It does come back to get you in the end, okay? And, you know, they have dropped down to 10th place in the league. But overall, though, fantastic season. Whatever happens to Sunderland this year. They're up against Crystal Palace. Drew 0-0 with Aston Villa in their last game, okay? And I've got to say, they have signed Brennan Johnson. About to lose Mark Gay as well. Palace guys, you know, they're such a good side, but they keep losing their best players, alright? And I think they just need to keep holding the best players. I think Oliver Glasner is set to sign a new contract at Palace after all this talk about him leaving. So if they get their manager to sign a new contract, that'd be a massive boost for them. Because to say, I do like Palace. They've got a good team. And, you know, they do sit in 13th place. So again, mid-table battle here. We'll see what happens. So just on that, guys, game to end as a 1-1 draw. This is a relegation clash. It is Tottenham versus West Ham. So Tottenham sit a massive 14th place in the table. That is right, only 13 points ahead of West Ham. Have you seen online they have signed a new player, Conor Gallagher? Such a fantastic player, man. He works so hard for the team. He even scores goals as well. That's a big bonus for Spurs. They beat Villa to the signature of Conor Gallagher, and you know, he will definitely improve the squad. In my opinion, Spurs did not need to upgrade the midfield because they've got quite a good midfield as it is. But obviously, you know, who can assist Conor Gallagher in their squad? £34 million though, a massive hefty price tag right there. We'll see what happens. Spurs should need to find out a new striker now because they are lacking strikers massively. Okay, they're up against West Ham, who sit, I can't believe West Ham this season, by the way. They're sitting 18th place in the table. They have now, in their last 5 games, played 5, lost 4 and drew 1. They're about to lose their best player, Lucas Paquetá, to the Brazilian League. I don't know why he wants to go back to the Brazilian League because he's only 28 now, so he's still at his peak. Yeah, if they lose Lucas Paquetá, guys, that is a massive loss right there. Their best player, okay? And damn, I don't know what's going to happen with them. West Ham just can't attract the players that they used to. Obviously, a few years ago they were winning the Europa League, winning the Conference League, but now they are fighting for relegation. That is why players want to leave, because they just did not expect West Ham to be in this situation. I've got Spurs to beat West Ham 2-1. Forest versus Arsenal. So Forest, man, in their last 5 games, lost 4 and won 1. Okay, they beat West Ham in their latest game, relegation battle. So good win for Forest right there, but they do sit a massive 8 points away from safety. So Forest are slowly running out of time. They need to pick up points soon, but they're up against Arsenal, okay, who are just on fire right now. They sit a massive 6 points clear at the top of the table. They beat Chelsea in the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup. So they've got confidence, guys. They've got confidence, but now they have welcomed back Gabriel Jesus and also Kai Havertz as well. So Arsenal are getting their full team back, and it's going to be tough to stop them once they get going again. I want Arsenal to win the league this year because I think they deserve it, because obviously this year they've been very, very solid. So I think, guys, Arsenal will win the league in my opinion, but we'll see what happens. So just on that, guys, I've got Arsenal to beat Forest a massive 3-0. Next we've got Wolves versus Newcastle, guys. So last time I spoke to you about Wolves, they were on 2 points, okay? But now they sit on 7 points in the league. Yes, it's still bad, but in their last 3 games, okay, they have won 1 and drew 2, so they're picking up points massively. And their win was against West Ham, a 3-0 win against West Ham. Good win right there. They drew to Everton 1-0, and also Man United 1-0 as well. So can Wolves have a late push of survival? It's very, very long way to go. It's too much to ask for, but the way teams are this year, very unpredictable, and if Wolves can just do what they're doing now, to picking up points here and there. Obviously, I've seen there's still 15 games, 16 games to play, so still in it for now, but we'll see what happens. But fair play to Wolves, they are battling, even though they are lacking confidence, they are still battling. That is what you want from your Wolves players, just to show a bit of fight and urgency. They're up against Newcastle, sit 6th place in the league. They are now on a 3-game win streak in the Premier League, so that's moved them up to 6th place in the league, okay? So they've got such a good side, and they've got Harvey Barnes, in my opinion, should be starting. Ilanga, who has been a bit of a flop, in 16 games he's had 1 assist, no goals, so he is a bit of a flop at the minute. But you know what, Newcastle guys have a good side. The way Wolves are right now, I said Newcastle should walk all over these, but I've got this game, guys, to end as a draw. That is why I got this game to end as a 2-2 draw. Villa versus Everton. So Villa sit in 3rd place in the league, okay? Again, some same points as ManCity on 43 points. 6 points behind leaders Arsenal. All Villa can do is to keep putting pressure on Arsenal and just hope Arsenal scuff up the league like they always do, but I can't see that happening right now. Yeah. They apparently are in talks. To get rid of Marlon, who they signed from Borussia Dortmund. In my opinion, a bit of a flop. Obviously, he's never really been a starter, and that is his issue. He wants to start more games. They're about to lose him to Roma, and they're also about to sign Tammy Abraham from Roma as well. So Tammy Abraham, in my opinion, is a very good player. I don't know why he went to the Serie A, because obviously, you know, he's been out the England favour now for a while. But this move right here could get him back in the England squad, because he's a very good player on his day. We'll see what happens there. But yeah, in my opinion, it's a massive upgrade from Marlon, so we'll see what happens. Up against Everton, who drew their last game to Wolves 1-0. Not a good point for Everton right there. They have dropped down to 12th place in the league. I don't know if they're about to sign anyone new just yet, because obviously, again, they went mad in the start of the season transfer window. Grealish, Kevin Keane, before. In my opinion, though, guys, they need to start that Tyler Diblin more. I see him sat on the bench for a while. Obviously, when he was at Southampton in the Premier League last season, he was looking a fantastic, you know, world-class player. If I was Tyler Diblin, I'd be a little bit upset about that, because I think he came to Everton side to believe he will start, but he's not starting. And in my opinion, you know, he should be starting. Good player. Villa to beat Everton, a massive 3-1. We are down to the final game of this game week. It is Brighton versus Bournemouth. Brighton drew 1-0 with ManCity in their last Premier League outing, and then they beat Burnley 2-0. So Brighton have a bit of confidence right now. Okay, they sit a good 11th in the league, fighting for Europa League football. Obviously, they're only 3 points away from Europa League football. So Brighton do what they are doing, just keep winning games, and they should be in there anytime. Danny Welbeck back on the score sheet again. Danny Welbeck was off the score sheet for a good 2 to 3 games, and obviously he's now back on the score sheet. So can that now boost his confidence again to keep scoring goals? Because Brighton were losing a few games when they weren't scoring goals. So now it's about scoring. We'll see what happens. Bournemouth in their last game beat Spurs 3-2. Massive win for Bournemouth right there. But they have now lost the player who won them that game, Semenyo. That is what they lost Semenyo to ManCity for massive. I think it was £60 million. Bournemouth have a bit of money to spend right now, but losing their best player like him is going to be a massive drop off for them. I think you'll slowly see Bournemouth dropping down the league a little bit now. Yeah, they need to find a replacement soon, because losing Semenyo, someone of his ability, is crucial, and it's massive how quickly he just left. Like, yes, I know he's been there for 3.5 years, but you know, just wait until the end of the season, man. See what you can do with Bournemouth. But anyway, when ManCity come in for you, you can't really resist that, can you really? Anyway, I've got Brighton, guys, to beat Bournemouth, a massive 2-0. And there we go, guys, that's my Premier League Game Week 22 predictions. If you did enjoy today's video, hit that like button, subscribe if you're not already. If you agree with any of my decisions, hit me down below in the comments. Let's have a debate in the comments section. But anyway, guys, have a good weekend, guys. Watch the Premier League, it's going to be exciting. Have a good weekend. I'll see you guys next week for a brand new one. Good, and good night.